Hey everybody, and welcome to the lounge. All my fellow loungers,
chillers,
ballers,
and grillers.
Sometimes gamers.
Sometimes
not today though.
Sometimes grillers too, to be honest. At this point.
Yeah, I know, right? It is. Yeah, it's just pretty. Or ballers.
No, it's never ballers. No. We went to a basketball video. Is that challenging?
Yes, it's the. Yeah, that's pretty
that was
bad.
like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Long time
and that
ago.
was like once. Other than that, he did that one where he's saying,
Maybe we need a new intro. I'm not sure. Welcome to the lounge, all my fellow loungers.
chillers. So sometimes
There we go.
Sometimes grillers and gamers barely ever ballers.
Anyway,
We're here doing a Q&A today.
doing a Q&A on MVE because we have not done this and we've been waiting to do
Because
it.
IDC.
Well, we didn't. We couldn't have any time really to
I'm
do
with
it.
AF.
And our AF.
I'm just using all these like, letters.
We couldn't do one because what went on with me.
Surgery,
and then
my wife.
His wife had surgery, so it was like.
Time was off. My son had surgery today.
Yeah,
I'm a great dad. I'm here while my son's having surgery. No, I'm just kidding. He had it earlier. Everything's fine. It's good.
Everything's good. Probably on some oxycodone right now.
He's not.
Good.
He's 6. He's on like some baby Motrin.
So we're going to get right into these questions, guys, because you guys.
I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this. He should be more excited.
So I'm going to do the first one here. Is that okay?
Yeah, please,
Oh,
please.
shoot. See.
All right, I'll do the first one, obviously.
When you only have lefty work and lefty don't work too good.
Well,
it went way down here.
What do you mean way down?
Here you go. I got it now.
That
Ready?
wasn't way down at all.
All right. This is from Renvind.
Where?
Renvind?
Where?
Renvend?
Yeah, Renvend.
Renvend. Yeah. How did it feel like being an insane bomb-building, Miss Pac-Man loving 35-year-old man?
35, thanks, bro. I really appreciate that. It was interesting. This is like my first time playing a character that wasn't like when I was in Ursula, I was scared, but I was still playing myself, just acting like I was scared. This is a complete, detach of real life and who I am as a person. So it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. It was good. You know what I mean?
You want to tell them how the Miss Pac-Man thing happened?
No, I don't remember. Why don't you tell them?
You don't remember?
I don't. Once you remind me, I will.
We were over in your garage, and it's all of a sudden it was just like Jesse just concocted this thing about having like you whacking off to Miss Pac-Man.
But Miss Pac-Man came up before it, though. Maybe he saw the costume that was sitting in the.
Yeah, that's where it originally came from.
Had you watched my videos before on Halloween? We all were Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man and the kids were the ghosts. And he saw this big Miss Pac-Man costume you saw the video, it's huge. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden he was like, hey, why don't you, and I didn't like that part of having to jerk off, but
well, do you remember?
I wasn't really touching anything.
No, he wasn't.
Under the cardboard.
But no, do you remember that? Because I remember him saying to you, he's like, yeah, if you want to pull it out or whatever, and you were like,
what?
I'm not pulling it out, what? But he didn't have the thing set for Miss Pac-Man, he just had it that he wanted you to be this nerdy, geeky dude doing this in your garage.
By myself, and then he happened to see the costume.
Yeah,
and
then it just
made it easy,
Miss Pac-Man.
Now you can be dressed as Miss Pac-Man while you're playing with yourself to Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a glorified people like, oh, look at this guy, he's playing with himself in Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
In a Miss Pac-Man costume.
And it was a spur of the moment kind of thing. I mean, so it was like not a planned out, like written out thing.
No.
Yeah.
The great thing about working with Jesse is he ad-libs a lot of, he has things planned out, but he uses his environment wherever he's at, and he finds, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not motivation, he finds...
I don't know what the word you're looking for.
Everybody else is. He finds inspiration. It's not. I highly call it inspiring, but he finds what he wants to do based on what he has around him. So it's a pretty impressive situation to be involved with. All right, you have all. My questions are gone now.
I got another one, but it's for you.
Well, no. So there's a whole bunch. These are all for me. This is embarrassing. I thought there'd be so much more about him. All right, here you go, Larry. This is from Brittany Duke.
Okay.
What did you love most about being part of the series? What was your favorite part about being part of that series? Besides going to Hawaii.
Yeah, that was a big part. But what was my favorite part about being part of that series?
It's hard, right?
Wow, that is hard. that is really hard question because it's like just because I was there on the conception idea of the story and watching it to go through fulfillment. I guess that was my favorite part of it, to see from an idea
from the beginning to the end.
To the end. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, you were there from the very
conception of the idea.
Yeah, right, of the idea, not even the story. 'Cause you said story before. It's more the idea of
the
what
idea of it. Yeah.
And it is something special because you said it had changed so much from where it was
originally. The original
conceived
concept to what it evolved into is entirely pretty much. There's some basic things that were the same, but there were some things that were way different.
Yeah, when the majority of it, because the story wasn't there. You're like, oh, this would be a cool idea.
Yeah, there was no story.
It was an idea, is what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is seeing the
and to be part of that and then see it.
And as hard as you work, I mean, you put a lot of time, a lot of effort into this series, and it was over a long period of time.
Oh yeah.
It's not like before where you're cramming it all in a month. You're cramming it all
in a lot of months.
6 months, 7 months.
A lot of months.
Yeah, who knows? All right, here you go. Oh no, I just asked that question. Your turn.
Was it hard playing your character, Joe?
I wouldn't say hard. No, I really got a lot out of it. Well, I wouldn't
wait a second. That was from Guardies and
SZ as in zebra N. Yeah. Garden with a Y.
Yeah.
I've never heard garden spelled with a Y. But anyway, it wasn't hard. No, I think it was rewarding. It was entertaining. It was my first time, like I said before, playing somebody I never was. But no, it wasn't hard. It was fun. And for me, it was easy. It was once every few weeks. Hey, what can you film? And it was always in my house.
Right. A lot of people don't understand, and you should tell them about how, like, the concept of your character, how you actually prepared for your character and everything. It wasn't just like you didn't just appear one day and all of a sudden you're just like, this is who you are.
No. It was all just like, hey, I want you to be like this guy, and everybody knows. There's a question about it later that I've seen here. It's not based off of, but he was like, hey. It's inspired by, I guess, Lester from Grand Theft Auto.
Right. Which you did such an excellent job. Everybody kind of figured that out.
Yeah. But I think if you watch from my first scene to my last scene, I think that he kind of gets away from the Lester character. I think the first time you ever see me in the series, it's 90% Lester. And I think it slowly kind of develops because as you get into your role,
it evolves.
And you evolve, right? Character definitely evolves. Even though I was a secondary character, I still had an arc, and I was evolving. And he would let me know, okay, this is where you're going. This is what you're going to do. Jesse is he, not Lester.
Right.
Jesse was like, hey, this, and he would kind of from time, it would just kind of evolve. So from the first one, but yeah, without a doubt, definitely inspired by Noah, by Lester, and he was like, hey. I never played Grand Theft Auto. So he's like, this is the and I just watched YouTube videos. I got his mannerism down, his kind of excitedness down, and then it went from there.
And he became one of my favorite characters.
So funny enough. So the next question is, and this is, I think I was a lot of people's favorite secondary or third dairy coven character. Max at Max Flippin asks Larry, who's been your favorite character besides your two characters? So besides us two. Even though I think my character overall, my favorite wasn't either one of us, but just not to be rude.
Well, no, I was going to say that even if I considered myself in that running, my character was never one of my favorite characters. I didn't like the way Arachnid was towards other people, and Abraham himself I thought was a very selfish person. Even though I kind of felt sorry for that character all along because I think he was.
Taking advantage of.
Yeah, taking advantage of, and when that happens to you, certain things are going to happen. You're going to harden yourself, all that kind of stuff. So I had sympathy for Abraham.
But your sympathy probably didn't come till towards the end of the series.
Exactly.
When you started finding out the backstory, you're like, oh, this guy. No wonder he's such a douche.
But my favorite characters will always be, and is always going to be Michael.
Yep.
Was my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. Noah was my favorite because it was comedy relief.
Thanks, buddy.
Right. Adam. Because I thought Adam was such a cool character in the series, and the other one, believe it or not, was Solomon. Now it wasn't because of who played Solomon; it was because of the way the character was written, the way that Jesse wrote that, and made it a little kid playing, and you could tell by the words that the lines that were given him to say.
Without a doubt, so that's what's so great about it. There were so many levels or layers. So if you go back and watch, the lines when you're filming with Jesse, there's certain lines that he wants you to have.
Yeah.
And he'll give you those lines, and then in between those lines, you can kind of, maybe not anybody else, but as far as my experience, I never filmed with anybody else besides you, Jesse, and Uncle Chris. That was it, right? And my wife a few times. You know, he gives you certain lines for a reason. There's certain lines he needs you to hit for a reason. And if you get those lines, they do seem like a little kid would be saying them.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Your turn.
Oh, it's my turn?
It is.
Did you guys, this is from JD Avsik. Wow,
You're the worst, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's A-V as in Victor, S as in Sam, E as in Edward, C as in Charlie.
Okay.
JD.
Did you guys know all along about the twist at the end of MVE, the VR Inception? If so, how did that play into your role while filming?
I see. You're asking this question, so I get the answer first.
Yeah.
I like this question a lot because there's two parts of it. No, I didn't know anything. Like I said, I filmed so rarely I didn't know. But I even think somebody as involved as Larry was didn't have an idea. And I think the reason that we don't know is because he doesn't want it to influence our character. Like, I knew I was building the art node. It's not a bomb. It isn't a bomb. Okay?
Right.
It's an art node. It's, you know. It's,
but you called it a bomb one
time. It's an EMP. It's not a bomb. It's all part of it. It's an EMP. But up until then, I didn't know why my character was even in the series for a long time. I was like, do you know what I do?
Right. 'Cause
I didn't know, and I think if he had told me from the get-go, my character might have developed differently within the series. And I think that's why he kind of keeps it close to his vest.
Yeah.
Because he wants us to develop naturally because it comes across on camera.
I think
this is how deep his mind goes.
I agree.
It's crazy. Sorry, go ahead.
And also to add to that is like he also doesn't want anybody leaking anything. People have too much of a habit to talk outside of filming.
But I think that with especially with you, there's you know what I mean?
he knows
that's not why he doesn't tell you, but maybe for all the other people.
That's part of the reason.
Right.
He likes to keep things in suspense, but I agree with you that it's the majority of it is because he doesn't want you to influence your character and act differently than what your character is until the right time is supposed to happen.
And it is amazing to watch this because he does. Now looking back on it, all these things are playing so far in advance.
Oh yeah. And
you're dealing with 20, 30 different people.
Yeah, but to answer the question about it, did I know about the twist at the end? No, I did not. I didn't know about the twist at the end until, before it happened, but it was close to when it happened.
Yeah.
It might have been like maybe two shows.
I knew about the people who were in the finale because I wasn't able to go on the trip, and I had to ask, hey, am I needed to be in Hawaii for the finale? And then we found out.
I like that question right there.
How much you need to do a day?
So you do yours and then I'll do that one.
Well, no, I should ask that one because it's going to be one that you're going to answer more than me.
Okay.
All right. So my question by Connor Williams, which is _boy_08PC in the house. How much shooting did you do in a day?
Well, that depends on the day. But there was the one day when we did the Brothers in Arms, that was like 10 to 12 hour day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On a Saturday. And it started snowing by the end of it, which was really bad.
But seeing, not being part of it and seeing like the videos people put out of it later, and I'm looking forward to seeing the behind the scenes.
Right.
Because it seemed like it was a really bonding day for a lot of people.
It was.
I think that's when all you guys kind of became a team because you guys all went to dinner afterwards, right?
Yeah. It was awesome. It was an awesome time to meet all the... Well, I knew the Regina squad already, but it's like doing it... I didn't know all of them. I met quite a few of them. And Mo came out and... hey, I shouted Mo out. I hope you liked that,
Mo? Can't wait to meet you, buddy.
Yeah, and I had met Nick and the guy Jason who played Jesus before that.
You know, that guy.
I didn't meet all the rest of them, but these guys were great, man. They come out there and they're like, "Yo, hit me as hard as you can with the nunchucks. Like, I don't care, just hit me with them."
Because they're all going for it. That's what's great about it.
I mean, they're plastic nunchucks, but they still sting out in the cold.
Yeah,
though.
well, people that are like us kind of say that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
because I think that's something like that was familiar with. You know what I mean?
But it's like some days, like I remember going over Joe's house, and even when you're told that it's going to be a fast night, it's never.
Yeah,
like,
so I never had one of those days, right? I never had one of those 12, 13, 14 hour days.
Right.
But there were days that he'd be, all right, I'll be over there around 7:30. and then we're filming. And
usually, hold it. If he said 7 or 7:30, that means it's starting 8:30.
Right, but so anyway, so say you start at 7:30, and then at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, you're still outside filming.
Yeah.
I mean, this happened, and I'll never forget because Swift was talking so freaking loud outside.
Oh yeah.
Because so the last scene is it's a scene where you see both Isaac and Abraham together in the driveway for the first time. There was that one shot.
Where that's where I'm walking away.
Yeah, it was almost like you turn around. It was almost like that outlaw shot. Like he wanted to get it specifically this way, and Jesse's like, "All right, Swift, what I want you to do is, make sure you get it like a wild way." And then Swift's like, "All right, I got you, Chief." And I'm like, "Swift."
And his wife's bedroom's like right
there. And I'm like, "Come on, dude. Like, give me a break."
Now that you brought up his name, I'm gonna throw him under the bus too, because some of the times that our nights went really long, we're
at my house because it's
partly his fault, because our cameraman, and we talked about this many times, like.
I love it, dude.
I love Swift to death, man.
But it is.
But it's like we would get so frustrated because it's like your cameraman shouldn't be messing up. Like you should be messing up lines. I should be messing up lines. Jesse could be messing up lines.
And before we finish, and granted, there are a lot of times that we do, especially certain where we're looking at each other. So there's one scene in particular where me and Larry get face to face and we look at each other, and it took us a lot to get together. But the one time we got together. All of a sudden, he runs into the garage door or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're like, you can't mess it up. It's our job to mess it up.
Or all of a sudden you hear the words, "All right, that was good, but I want to do it again." And we're like, "Why?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I think I got a mic."
Dude, when he said I had to do it again, it made me so mad.
Yeah, I might have got I think I got the mic.
Yeah.
What am I looking for?
I don't know. I was trying
on you.
I was trying to be supportive.
Or I missed that one little shot.
Yeah, it wasn't on you when you did the face.
Yeah, and it's like, what the heck? That shouldn't happen. We just killed it. We shouldn't have to do it again. Swim on, punch you right in the face. I told you that before.
But for me, it happened all the time. Only in my garage. I only filmed in my garage. But I noticed, and another funny thing about my garage, talking about it now, is that there were a lot of nights where it was 30 degrees in my garage. Mm-hmm. We're out there for hours.
Yeah.
And it was not warm, and then it changed towards the end when it was super hot.
Elaine Taylor. What's both of yours favorite memory while filming MVE?
Favorite memory? It's hard to say because I was so not as involved as you were, but probably for me was that last bonus scene they had at the very end when I found out I was in the absolute final scene in the series.
Right.
It was kind of a cool moment for me, and I just got back from like a weekend down the beach. It was nice. It was super nice out that Sunday. We did that whole scene. That was fun.
Which scene was that?
The very end.
When we were just outside?
After the credits, that very extra scene.
We still did that one like 10 times too, didn't we?
No, I think it was
when we were just standing there. Where it's like, so are you happy? Yeah, I think we did like 10 times, and it's like we're doing the same. Felt like we were doing exactly the same every time.
Yeah, but there was one that was the best.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Because it was the end, and it was like, okay, this is. And I found out that day I was in the absolute final scene. It was kind of cool.
Right. I think my favorite one would have been Brothers in Arms again, because I got to hit people with nunchucks, which you don't usually get to do. And I love nunchucks, so I love.
And you're good at it, so and people don't realize it.
So it's kind of cool to be able to do that.
Badass. I would love to have had a scene like where I was in the game and like Noah just kicked ass.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, that was a little too close. I'm never gonna do it again. And I became the. But I wish like watching and hearing about that day. Mm-hmm. Made me wish I was part of it. Just like I wish I was part of Hawaii. Because it just feels like I missed a lot of the whole...
Yeah, Hawaii.
The whole team thing.
Yeah, I wish you were at Hawaii too, dude.
Yeah, well, I would have been there. So there is a question about Hawaii. So the question is, Joe, why were you not Hawaii? And Larry, what was your favorite part about Hawaii? I wasn't at Hawaii because we couldn't get a babysitter. So originally Natalie and I were supposed to both go on the trip, which is why she was in a few videos. Mm-hmm. Like her riding over to Porno Mags with the lawnmower. That was a lot of fun. And my favorite memories was working with Natalie. It was kind of cool to have her more involved than what she usually is. But anyway, we couldn't get a babysitter. We had 3 kids, and it was a week, and I just couldn't get away. And it was unfortunate because
I was bummed. I was bummed that you
you would have had a way better time.
We were looking forward to hanging out and fishing together.
And just hanging out like bros. And my wife is she would have hung out with us and went fishing every day. It would have been the best time. It would have been a really good time.
I'm telling you, it was a trip of a lifetime, and you would have absolutely loved it. However, and I've already told Joe about this. It's like, I mean, to go to Hawaii was,
a dream come true.
Yeah.
I tell you, everybody's dream vacation. Not everybody gets to go.
Unfortunately, there was a couple people that I was with that actually ruined it. Part of it for me would have been the absolute, like, if this was 100% like best trip you've ever been on.
Yeah.
Mine was a little bit under that just because
like
of
97.
Couple of people that was on. Yeah, exactly.
97%, guys. First of all, it's still very good.
And since I'm airing dirty laundry right now, I'm gonna come out and say it was Melissa and her husband. They pissed me off the whole time.
The whole time?
The whole time. I mean, they were drunk the whole time, acting ridiculous.
Yeah, see, and he's like a big personality, right?
Yeah.
So that, I think, had I been there, because, guys, the reason I do well with stuff like what Jesse uses me for is because I have a big personality.
Right.
I like the attention. I think there.
But you're funny.
Well, yeah, I would have given it to him 24/7. And especially if he was messing with you, because I heard what happened during Mafia. I heard all about it.
Yeah, that was.
You guys who were there, you guys know it. There's some pictures in, was it Nay's vlog? I think it was Nay's Days vlog. That I sent him a screenshot. I'm like, yo, is this when it happened? Because like George is in the kitchen behind me. You guys are all playing Mafia, and everyone's like looking over at him.
Yeah,
like, this is exactly when it happened.
I was the narrator of Mafia, and the dude didn't want to play. So he sits there and he ruins the whole freaking game the whole time. I hate people like that.
Yeah, so I do. So if you guys don't know, I just spit a lot of it. I do DJ trivia every Tuesday night at Kavanaugh's, where we did two dudes getting food right at Kavanaugh's, and there's always a drunk dude sitting there who doesn't want to play, but you want to give out answers. Don't shout at answers during trivia. Pisses me off. And he told me a story. I'm like, I know exactly the guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because if I was there, I'm the type of guy that would have been like, oh, well, do I come to Wendy's when you're working and mess up your salad bar? Like, I would have been.
Well, the worst thing was I told him like 4 times.
I would have had your back,
if you're not playing the game, shut up.
Shut up.
Shut the
F up. Shut the F up. I missaid it. STFU.
And
right?
even after 4 times, he ruined the whole game after that. And I was like.
S is in shut. V is in
I just want to tell all you people out there, it's like
F is in F.
Melissa is the most annoying person to me ever, and I don't like ever being around. Like a lot of people are like, oh, well that was just for the series. No, I don't like her. I'm gonna tell you right now, the woman is all about herself. I had to sleep out on the couch, right? Which I didn't mind. On the outside balcony, which I got to hear the ocean all.
Oh yeah, to sleep on the couch in Hawaii. I feel so
it was
bad.
Really terrible, but. The thing is that this bitch would come there, right, during the day.
Jeez.
During the day, she's sitting there, she's eating on where she knows it's my bed. She got a bedroom. She got a bedroom with a
private
bathroom.
bedroom.
Yeah,
with a bathroom?
With a bathroom.
Oh, a bathroom?
And probably one of the nicest ones in the whole place.
That's pretty nice.
Right? She's sitting there eating on my bed. So I told her one time, I said, yo, this is where I sleep. Don't eat on my bed. You want me to go down on your bed? And
what you should have done, so in all honesty, instead of saying that, you should have just went and made yourself something like a sloppy Joe or something.
Well, let me tell you.
A turkey Joe? Should have made a turkey Joe and went down and ate that shit.
The topper of the whole thing is the next day I was out because we went to the volcano. I come back and all of a sudden there's sand all over my bed. Big pile of sand sitting on there.
That would have been
right?
bad.
And it was all because Melissa came off the beach and put her feet. She had sand all over her. She put her feet up on there.
Why did you do this? Because
that's what I say.
That was weird.
She put her feet up on the thing and had a big pile of sand.
And maybe she didn't do it on purpose. Maybe she didn't. You never know.
No, I don't think she did on purpose. I think she don't care. I don't think she cares.
So it's not even like.
I think
on
that's
the radar.
how she is. She don't give a shit about anybody else but herself.
So let me just calm her down a little bit, and let me ask you. So I don't know what you guys want. Was it come on, want to lay you? Or I want to peek at pee pee? What was it? Which one was it?
It was Oahu.
Oh, Oahu. My bad.
Anyway, yeah, and then. When I told her about it, I was like, how ignorant is that? She laughed at it. That was it. And I was like, that's why I don't like that person. I don't like people that don't care about other people.
If I was there,
I slept every day after that. I wake up with sand stuck to the side of my face.
That's good. You did spit all over me, but I'll take it. That was a good line. Yeah, it would have been a lot more fun if I was there.
Because I would have told you about this, you would have been cracking up. And made me feel better.
You would have calmed down right away, and it would have been better.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. So Philip, I'm asking one real cool. Keep it cool. 324. Is your character Lester or character based off of Lester from GTA 5? Mm-hmm. We already covered it. It was inspired by Lester, not necessarily based off of him, but yeah, there's a lot of my stuff. Michael Daltrey asked, were there any pranks pulled on anyone during filming? There weren't any when I was filming, so I don't know.
I'm going to tell you right now, you don't do pranks when you're working with Jesse. Yeah. Because Jesse won't stand for it. He's professional. Seriously, you don't mess around when you're doing that. I mean, he is serious, and he'll get in your face and tell you.
Yeah,
so why would you want to do that? You're wasting everybody else's time. Everybody has to work the next day, except for a couple people. So it's like you don't want to ruin mess up.
You don't want to be the guy. So when you're in a scene, you don't want to be the guy who ruins the scene. Yeah. But if you're not in the scene, you definitely don't want to be the guy who's going to ruin a scene. Yeah. Now, there might have been a place here and there to sneak one in, like maybe when we were doing that last final scene. But even then, it was like because our goal was to get it done with the best possible, and then
we had time afterwards to always talk about it or laugh about something.
I want to go back. Right. So one of my favorite parts. I don't know. Somebody's gonna ask this question. What's your favorite part? All right, here we go. This says, what's your favorite part about playing Noah? My favorite part about being in a series with Jessica in general, like this, is the after glow. Like after you nail the scene.
Oh yeah.
Everybody, even when it was 3:30 in the morning, we would sit there for a half hour and kind of just like, I really like this. This was really good. I really like this, and you kind of feed off each other because your adrenaline is running through the roof at that point.
And there was nothing better than if you got a high five from Jesse. I'm gonna tell you right then that you knew that you killed whatever you just did.
Yeah, and you had that adrenaline, right? Yeah. So my favorite part about being in this series at all, this entire series, was that after moment every time. Like, and for actually not only that, but for me, he gave me a little bit more wiggle room with my improv.
Right.
A lot of lines that you heard in the series were dropped fresh.
Oh, I want to say something to that right now. Yeah, right? Before I forget. Okay. One of the things that we had trouble with was because I have a hard time not laughing. Especially when me and you work together.
Yeah, for sure.
And there was this one scene where Joe had to keep saying that he came out of his mom's vagina, and he was like, and he was allowed to change what he said afterwards every single time. And this sumbitch, every single time, he was like, I came out like Jennifer Lopez. I was like, I know, like that. He would change it every single time. You don't know how hard it was to keep a straight face.
No, but he finally got. But what's great about Jesse, he knows that's one of my strengths. So he's like, "Hey, I want you to," because it's going to bring more to the table eventually.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes it made scenes, but he would hear a line, like, "All right, go with that one," and he would let me know, "All right, just stick with that one," and then he would get used to it.
Yeah. Well, Jesse told me the one time, he said, "Stop listening to what he's saying and worry about your next line and concentrate on that." And that's the only thing that got me through. I would not even listen to him at a certain point and concentrate on when I had to come in with my line and say that, because if I listen to him, because he changes it up every time, I'll actually lose it.
There's so many times that I would run with it a lot, and props to Jesse for giving, because it does give you that when it comes across the camera, it comes across better.
Yeah. All right, Joe.
Yeah.
And me. What would happen if Rebecca and Isaac was the last people? This is from Laney. Last people standing. Would Isaac kill Rebecca to get his wish, or would Rebecca kill? That doesn't have anything to do with either one of our characters. That's weird. We can't answer.
I can't.
The questions were for us.
For us. No offense. Good question, though. For them.
Yeah, because we don't know.
If Candace and Jesse were doing a Q&A, that'd be a great question.
Yeah, especially for Jesse, because he wrote it. So what was, you have to go by that.
You asked another one, even though you wasted that one?
Yeah, I'm going to ask another one, because that one was... All right,
that's one. Look, it's twice he did to me.
Oh, what? Is this the one you were going to ask? Were you this is for me. Were you nervous about your character at first? No, not at all. You know why? Because this character was developed. I wish I had my phone with me. I drew a picture of what this character was going to be and showed it to Jesse, because I developed my character way before, months before, actually a year. Might have been a year before. Because it took a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time from when he first did the inception.
I drew the picture of it like right after the talk that me and Jesse had on the couch of this new series. And I drew a picture of it and I sent it to him, and he's like, yeah, like that. So I was never nervous about it. It's like, because I grew up in...
I see all the weapons over there, sorry.
Yeah. I grew up in Camden, so there's always been a tough part of me. Like, a lot of people see the love part of me and everything, too. But it's like, so I have that inside.
I see the love part.
Yeah, I have that inside of me. So it's like, I was never nervous about playing the tough guy.
No, man, it's fun. It's got to be fun for you. Because it's so far removed
from what I am and what I do.
Exactly, so, exactly. Grab these weapons. They're pretty cool. I just saw these over here. They're just sitting over here.
I have my nunchucks here. Now these... Yeah, don't. You're gonna knock something over and spill something.
These are hard.
These ones are, yeah, because these are my actual real practice ones. These ones I bought later, but these
are still hurt. Let me see something.
They're the ones I used in the scene. Yeah, they sting.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. This one here.
See, I'm glad we brought him out.
This one right
Explain
here.
That story. It's a good story.
Is actually broken, right? And this goes to show you another thing about Swift, right?
But no, first tell them why it's broken. Because I think
it's broken because these guys let me hit them as hard as I could.
So it broke during the brothers in arm.
Yeah, there was a scene where Jesse told Swift to take some of us to the side, and we were going to do a fight scene while Jesse was doing a fight scene over
this
here.
Is a good Swift story. Sorry, Swift.
And so I'm sitting there doing it, and all these guys are coming at me. I'm smacking them as hard as I can. Well, this breaks, and the plastic, this much of the plastic came out of the inside and flew.
So the bottom part here is not solid. Now it's all floppy.
Yeah, so I can't use it.
Almost like Swiss penis.
I can't use it, right?
It's flaccid.
So while we're there, all of a sudden Swift turns to me with the camera and he's like, keep going. And I looked at him and I was like, dude,
why?
They don't work no more. I can't use the nunchucks. I'm like, I'm not going any further. He's like, no, this is good. Keep going. I'm like, stop! I can't do it. You can't. Let me tell you something. I can't pull this out. See if
that's what she said.
See if you can get that out.
Not to me, but
on the end, you can't use the nunchucks if the plastic tube comes out, because if it comes out of there, it's just a sponge that you're grabbing, so you can't.
I mean, you can see. I can't get it out, but it's not. But yeah, you can only imagine how horrible it looked. But
if I would have used these though that day that we were doing that, I'd have screwed somebody up because they're solid wood in the inside of it.
Oh!
Yeah, they would have messed somebody up.
Oh my God, they're way heavier.
These are the ones I'm used to practicing with, and I had told Jesse, I said, man, if I accidentally hit somebody, it's going to mess them up.
No, that's.
So we decided to spray paint. These are actually red, and we spray painted them black.
I had a question now. No,
wait a second. There's a second part. Oh, you want to read that one?
No, you read it.
And then Noel said, "What is one thing you didn't like about your character, Joe?"
His weirdness, maybe. So it's hard to say. I kind of fell in love with him throughout the series, but like that one scene where I was playing with myself, the Miss Pac-Man was kind of weird. I'm smoking a fake joint of fake weed. My wife grinding porno mags in my backyard.
Grinding.
Mowing.
You mowing?
It grinds him up though, right? But he was a weird dude. But I kind of fell in love with his weirdness throughout the series. Like,
yeah.
By the end of it, I kind of started sympathizing with him. Like, he was really excited to get that job with this, company, and because he's a little bit weird, the douchebag said no. Joseph said no to him. You know what I mean? Like he really had a vision, and you kind of. But that's what's great about Jesse, because he fills you in on what your character really is, and eventually you start.
Yeah.
But, oh man, I don't dislike anything about Noah. I think it was awesome to play him, and I would like to see where he would end up in life.
Just ask. Did I like him?
I did.
But he was fun to play, right?
He was super fun to play. It was the most fun I've had in a long time. Jesse let me relive a midlife crisis.
All right, we're going to do this more in rapid fire style now, so we can answer real fast, so we don't stay too long on one question. All right, this is from Isaac. When Archie busted into Noah's garage, did you guys pre-break the table, or did Uncle Chris actually bust Joe's entire body through the table? That's for you. And then
he busted my entire body through that table. The table broke. Did
it hurt?
No. The next day I had bruises all over my chest from him poking me in the chest. And when I do something like that, I go for it. I don't hold back. So yeah, I was a little sore next day.
Okay. To Uncle Larry, were some scenes extremely physically demanding? Yes, especially when I had to do any running, because in case you guys didn't know, I have a partially torn ACL and a shredded meniscus. So any running scene was very hard on me. And to both of you guys, which episode is your favorite and why? And I already said mine is Brothers in Arms.
My favorite episode is I don't know the names of all the episodes, but it's hard to say. Brothers in Arms is the most exciting one, but when you see when she falls out when she falls out of the window, and the flashback episode is probably my favorite because I like that kind of experience. Even my TV shows, I like the flashback episodes. I like to see where people come from. All right, from a Psycho fan 7142. Do you know if? Never mind. Larry from Sean Ahmad. How is it playing a villain?
It was
That's a
fun.
good question.
It was fun because it was something different that I got to do. So yeah, it was fun. Here you go. This is to both of us. From Michael
Daltrey?
Yeah,
Daltrey.
Is that it?
Daltrey, yeah.
Did you do your own stunts?
Yeah. Of course.
Yep.
I have stuntmen who look like me.
Yeah. And here's another question from him. So I'm going to do two back to back. Right. What was the longest scene to shoot during the filming? For me, it was Brothers in Arms.
For me, it was the one of them in my garage with Larry. It was the one with that standoff. We already discussed that, I think. DJ Rockin' Ray H to both. Was it hard to get in your characters before each filming session, and were there any goof-ups while playing the character?
What's that?
Was it hard to get in the character before each filming session? This is a good question because it'll be different for both of us. And was there any goof-ups while playing your character?
Yes. Well, no, it wasn't hard to get into the character. Once I put that makeup, and the tattoos and stuff on, I automatically became that guy. Was there goof ups? Heck yeah! I remember there was one, and I can't remember the word that I said, and I cracked Candace up during it and she would crack up anytime I would look at her with my eyes and be like look real serious at her.
Yeah.
She would start cracking up laughing. So yeah, there was a lot of goof ups.
For me, it was hard for me to get in the character. We had this discussion before because I was so far in between the filming. When you were filming, multiple days per week, I was filming 1 day, 2 days, 3 days per month. It was very hard for me to get back in character. So when we would start filming, and maybe you'll see some behind the scenes, the first few takes, you can see me getting more and more into character. I'm sure that you had to deal with that working alongside of me. What was the other part of the question? I don't remember.
You asked the question.
All right, your turn. I forget the other part, but it doesn't matter.
What was the hardest scene to film in MVE? For me, I would, without a doubt, it would have actually been the last day that we did the fight scene in here. That was the hardest one.
Yeah, you had a lot of physical things. Mine was more. My hardest scene was probably the one where me and him had to get face to face, only because that part.
Oh yeah.
If you watch it again, I look at his forehead, and you can tell I look at his forehead too.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at your forehead
because
too.
we couldn't. It was. When we were that close, people, it's very awkward for us to get that close in general.
His breast thing.
Yeah, whatever. All right, this is a great question from Cad Bain 86140. If you could be any character in MVE, who would you be?
If I was any character in there, I mean, one of my favorite ones. It would have to be your favorite ones, and that would be.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
You'd rather be who you were.
No. It wouldn't be my favorite character though. Good. Who do you think? Who would you be? Who'd pick?
I think I would have liked Adam's role or Michael's role probably.
Yeah, I think I would like Isaac's role. I really just because you can never be that guy, right? But he was the main guy. It'd be fun to be that guy.
Isaac was never one of my favorite characters.
I like him as a person, Isaac. So I kind of, you were involved way more than I was. So I got to watch more of a fan than you did, and I think that you get more invested with him as a character.
All right, I'm gonna do one more, and then you do one more. Okay.
All right, got you.
Before the camera shuts off on us, right? Let's go to McJuggernuggets FP. Was it hard playing Arachnid? No, I didn't think it was hard at all. I think it was, once you put the makeup on, you felt kind of empowered to play that badass guy. So I don't think it was that hard to do that. And I think that that's what a lot of people do when they get into characters.
Yep.
It's just like when we play the drunk guys or the angry guys. When we put that stuff on, we actually become those guys at that time.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it on to. I'll answer the same question, but for Noah, it wasn't. Yeah, this is a good way to end it. It wasn't hard to get in the character. Like you said, I put the glasses on and I literally shaved my beard. And somebody asked me about that. I shaved my beard every time. I grew it out. I would film, and I immediately grow my beard back out again, and then I'd have to shave it again for the next scene. It was as soon as I did that and I put the glasses on. Even though he was weird, it became easy to get in character because you're right. You made that physical change.
Yeah.
It kind of puts you in the mindset. Okay, this is who I'm going to be now.
It's so much easier that way, I believe, than it is to just be ourselves and try to change the way we're acting looking like we do. I think once you just
I think it makes it a little bit easier because then I feel you kind of like, okay, this is who I am now, and it gives you almost an excuse to be over
silly
the top
or whatever
because you're not who you are.
Yeah,
and people can tell that's not who you are. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. We had a lot of fun. I love being part of this series.
Oh, yeah.
I love Jesse for including us in part of this series, and I love the fact that you guys are asking us these questions. I hope that you enjoyed the video.
I thought it was one of the best series ever.
It was it was so different and so much fun to be part of it.
Yeah, and yeah, we can't say enough. Jesse is a genius.
And thank you for including us in anything that you haven't. Yeah.
And we hope you guys enjoyed this little thing. Maybe we'll do another one.
Little.
Sometime. I don't know. Yeah, I know, right? We did a lot of. I think we answered that.
Stop at the table.
We answered almost everybody.
Listen here.
So don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, and like the video if you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't, just like it anyway.
Yeah, like it.
Why
anyway.
not? It's not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, come on, it's free. Shit's paid for.
Remember, we love you guys.
We do love you guys very much.
Till next time, grab yourself something cold to drink, put your feet up and relax. We'll meet you at the lounge.